earned a starting role earlier in your freshman year and quickly became a key piece for Gonzaga. If you look back to the months leading into last year's season, what were you focused on bringing to the team? And when that larger opportunity came, what was your mindset stepping into it?
Yeah, so I was focused on bringing kind of like new energy. We had a lot of new players, and I knew that the point guard role wasn't really filled because they had lost the Trongs. And Taylor had gotten injured, and Inesh was also new, so I kind of had an opportunity to grow there. And then it just worked out that I started playing more, and our team was doing pretty well towards the conference season, so I just kept getting to play, and then Lisa started trusting me, which was cool.
And then after stepping into that starting lineup position, your confidence obviously grew, and statistically, your shooting from deep really stood out. But beyond the numbers, I'm more interested in the work behind it. What did your process look like both in the offseason and during the year in sharpening your shooting ability with the coaching staff?
Yeah, so I like to wake up early and shoot. I think it makes me feel better and like it makes me a better shooter. So it works for both mental and physical side of the game. And I'll get in the gym with Stacy. We'll work point guard workouts with Inesh during the season. It's really hard during the season to stay on top of it because we have school, we have games, travel. So I really just try to get in the gym at least once every day and work. It doesn't have to be for that long, like 45 minutes. But that just makes me feel better and helps me in the games.
Give or take, on a day of practice where you're just focusing on shooting, how many shots would you ballpark that you'd get up?
Yeah, I usually count makes, and it would be like 350 to 400 probably. But I mean, some days it's more, some days it's less, but usually around there.
You've developed a quick, repeatable release and consistency in your shooting form. Going back to your earlier years in the sport, how did you train to build that kind of jumper? And then were there NBA players or WNBA players that inspired you for your shot?
Yeah, so I would actually do the same thing that I do now when I wake up early, and I would do it with my dad at home. He would come rebound for me every morning, and it started in elementary school maybe, and I've just kept doing it into high school. So we just go shoot before school every day, and I would say that's how it gets so repeatable. And in terms of shooters that I really like, I was a big fan of Maya Moore when I was younger. I went to a Lynx game. She really stood out. I'd say that was the big one for me.
So talking about your dad and working out, so where is this?
That's my driveway.
Even photos of you shooting in the snow.
Oh yeah.
So talk a little bit more about that and how important that was for you growing into the player you are.
Yeah, it was really fun. I think I got a hoop for Christmas one year, and then that's when I started shooting outside. And you can see we like painted another line on it that was like deeper for college. And yeah, I think it's just fun for us to go out there and shoot. And like, I mean, some days we'll get mad at each other and some days it's really happy. But it's just something that we can do together every day that takes our minds off of everything else. Mm-hmm. It's easy to repeat too.
That's super cool. Everybody who played basketball, they have their own driveway
right.
set up.
And you can like see in the corner on one side, you can't really shoot there because it's gravel. So you just have to make do with what you have.
And your shot, it at this point is so natural and automatic, but for fans who want to understand what goes into it, can you walk me through almost in like slow motion, the key elements that help you get into that rhythm, like your footwork, your pre-shot routine, your mental focus, shooting pocket, follow through, or even where your eyes go? Like what would you say are your shot thoughts that you go through when you're getting a shot in a game?
I feel like honestly, I shoot best when I'm not thinking about it, which I get in my head sometimes, and then I'm like, oh, okay, the basket seems so small, like I can't make anything. But the days when it seems really big, I think that I shoot before the game, I'm shooting pretty well, and then I'm not really thinking in the game, like I'm just getting into a rhythm. Maybe I get a lot of shots in the first quarter, or maybe not, but I think it's really important to not focus on the misses as much and just keep shooting through it, even if I'm not shooting well. And then in terms of mechanics, I would say I look at the ball while I'm shooting. I know some people look at the rim and some people look at the ball. I look at the ball when it goes in the air. Footwork, just get my feet under me, make sure they're not too narrow. Sometimes they are, that's what I miss. That's pretty much it though.
And if you make a three, there's not a lot of opportunities where you do this, but if you had a celebration for it, what would be your go-to, or have you done that yet in a game?
I was just talking to one of my teammates about this, and I was like, I don't really celebrate, but I look over at the bench sometimes and they're all celebrating, so that makes me happy, but like I'm not a big celebrator.
So now that you've spent over a year with this coaching staff, have they pointed you towards any former Zags or pro players to study? People they think that mirror your style of game to help you grow, especially during the offseason?
I don't think there's anyone specifically, but obviously having the Trongs before me, I think that I watched them play a lot before I came here. They were really, really good. I don't think I play exactly like them, but I would like to play more like them. And they led the program to like some of the winningest teams there have been at Gonzaga. So I think them. And then in terms of people last year, I wouldn't say playing style, but leadership style, every single senior on the team last year. I strive to be more like them this year as more of a leader, I guess, because there's a lot of new people, but that's not really playing style. That's more of a leadership role. But all of them were so good.
This is more of a deep cut, but is the little taco for shooter of the week still a thing during the offseason?
She has a little taco up in her locker right now because she was the shooter of the week. She's hoping to get as many tacos for our fans as she can.
And for people who don't know, can you explain what the little taco is and how someone earns it?
Yeah, so I don't actually know if it's a thing this offseason. We had one of our first team practices today, so we'll see what Lisa decides to do with it. But we shoot before practice every day at the first part of practice, and our coaches will count our makes for those drills and free throws at the end of practices as well. And we'll add them up for a whole week, and whoever has the most number of makes in those drills combined get the taco. And then you can get the taco for however many weeks, but eventually it'll go to a new person once they win, and then it's kind of an inside competition. Like, you'll see the taco in someone's locker and be like, oh, I should get that next week.
Because of how well you shoot it, one part of your game that can get overlooked is your ball handling and decision making under pressure. How different was the ball pressure for you facing that in college compared to when you were playing in high school?
Yeah, it's really different, because in high school you go from being the oldest person on the court to being a freshman in college and the youngest and the tiniest, and you're not the strongest at all, and people are way smarter than you. So I think that playing point guards on other teams, they just knew how to like take advantage of me being so young and like not as big. So that was really hard, the physicality, I would say. But my teammates helped me. I think that it's easier because I had people like Taylor or people that have been there for 5 years, and they would give me tips on what to do. And then as you get going in the season, you get more confident, and I think that really helped me too.
And with the way college is working now with NIL and transfer portal, athletes are essentially recommitting to their programs like every year. After such like a strong freshman season, you likely had the opportunity to go maybe elsewhere, but you chose to stay and continue building at Gonzaga. What is it about this program and the coaching staff that made you want to stay?
Yeah, it's really like a family. All of the coaches have kids. They know what it's like to have children, and they treat us like their kids, so they actually care about us as people and also basketball players. They want us to be better on the court. And the team, like everyone treats each other like we're family too. And I think that that's not the case in most programs, and it's really special here, so I didn't want to leave somewhere where that was like one of the main focuses of a whole team.
And going back to when you committed to Gonzaga before your senior year of high school. Even though you still had that full season to kind of prove yourself or broaden your opportunities, what was it about Gonzaga at that time, the staff and the culture, that made you confident enough to make that commitment as early as you did?
Yeah, so I really wanted to go far away from home. That was one of the big things. And I talked to the coaches for a really long time. I was really comfortable with them. And when I came on my visit, everyone was so nice and so welcoming. And they acted like they really, really liked each other and liked being a part of a team together. And I was like, that's somewhere where I think I'll fit in. And I already feel a part of the team, and I'm not even committed yet. So that was a big reason why I came here, just the people in general.
And a big part of that, I'm sure, was the leadership of that team before you got here. And then that team you were on last year had a strong group of seniors, as you were mentioning earlier, each bringing their own unique leadership and experience. How important to you was that senior group, not only just to you, but to that team's success, and what kind of impact have they had on you and your development as a leader? Yeah,
they were so important. Coming in with, I think it was 5 really, really good seniors who knew the program, who have been here for a while, and then also Taylor, who just a great leader, doesn't know the program as well, but she got there really, really quickly. They each had a specific thing that they were really good at within leadership, and they weren't all the same. Like Bonnie was very vocal, very loud. Esther was like the nicest human being on the planet, and like she'll love you no matter what. So they each had their own niche kind of leadership role, and they all worked together so well. And I think it really helps when we had so many new people on our team to have that many confident people under the coaching staff who like know what you're going through. So that was really, really helpful. And I would say this year it's a little different because we don't have like that leadership in terms of age. We're all kind of younger, the people that came back. So I think just working on leading how they led, that should lead us to a pretty good season.
So after 1 year, if you had to pick one Gonzaga tradition or team ritual that you are looking forward to this upcoming season, what would that be?
I would just say before the games, we do a lot of things like as a team. I don't really want to explain them because it's secret.
Okay, that's fine.
But we just go through,
stuff.
Team bonding before the games, and we go through like a whole series of events leading up to the game. But those are always so fun. And then walking out and seeing all of the people in the kennel just cheering for you, running out onto the court, that's a really, really special feeling. So I'm excited to get back.
Going back off of the seniors now that they've moved on, this roster is younger but still brings a lot of experience. Or as this offseason has unfolded, how have the players been gelling, and what does the program do during this time to build team chemistry and develop leadership?
Yeah, so on the court, obviously we have workouts and stuff with the coaches. We've been playing a lot of pickup without the coaches, which helps with the team chemistry. We have some team practices recently, but off the court, we've been going to the lake a lot. I think that's really fun. We've made a few like team dinners together, played pickleball a lot. So just like fun things where, yes, we're competitive, but it's not like in practice the same intensity. Like we can just have fun with each other off the court. I think that really helps, and it translates to on the court too.
That's awesome. Well, Allie, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.